everybody, welcome to another edition of RV Tips and Trips. Today is warm out on the desert here in Quartzsite, and so it was about 80 degrees. So I decided, okay, we're going to fire up the generator and we're going to turn on the air conditioner and be comfortable for the afternoon. So I fire up the generator and that works great. We close up all the windows and I go over to the thermostat and turn it on and nothing. And I'm like, what? So I check the circuit breaker and I played with the thermostat back and forth. The son of a gun wasn't working. The fan didn't even come on. I could hear the compressor kick in, so I figured the thermostat is okay because you could hear the compressor kick in, but the fan wasn't running. And I was like, great. You know, the trailer is only a couple of years old, so I mean it would be a really drag if the AC broke. We do have two air conditioners in this rig, but this was the main AC unit. So we fired up the one in the bedroom just to help cool things down a little bit. And then I went up on the roof to check out the AC and see what's going on with it. This is the Coleman Mach AC, and this one I believe is 15,000 BTU, and the one in the bedroom is 13.5. But they're all made pretty much the same. So I could hear the compressor kick in, so I figured, okay, good news, thermostat works. And the compressor is good, so that leaves me with the fan. So I dragged out the ladder and went up on the roof and opened it up and checked it out. Alright, so in order to open this up, you remove the 4 screws, there and there, and then you lift up from the back end up because there's clips in the front that help hold this in place. And so you're going to lift up from the back and then push forward a little bit and then up, and it will come off. There it is. 4 screws on top and it lifts off. Easier to lift it off from the back side. And then I can spin the motor freely so the bearings aren't seized. So that's good news, I guess. And looks like Bees had at one point set up housekeeping here, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then we're going to figure out what's going on. Could be a bad starting capacitor. Alright, so that's your starting and run capacitors. And if they go bad, usually they will swell. And I don't see that going on, so that's why I wanted to go check and make sure all the connections are good and the connections at these caps are good. So then there's a control board in here, so you undo all the screws off the sides and down along the bottom and get at the control board. I'm thinking either a bad motor or a bad starting cap, but I figured I wanted to check, make sure that all the connections that are running up into the AC unit were good. And so I opened up the front half of the air conditioning unit, which reveals a control module with a number of wires with the crimp-on connectors, the quick connects that you plug onto lugs. And so I played with those and found that I could get the fan to start by wiggling this one wire, which was actually from a thermistor that is stuck into the cooling fins or the heat exchanger on the AC unit. So it senses temperature, and the one wire, there was a bad connection going to the circuit board, and that was the cause of the problem. So I plugged that in and out a few times to help clean up the connection. If it continues to be a problem, I think what I'll do is solder that. So I dropped off the front cover, which was about 8 screws worth, which revealed this control board with these plugs. So I pulled each wire off and then put it back on. And now it works. So I'm assuming that it was a bad connection. Thank goodness. I was thinking, because this is only a couple of years old, there's no way the starting capacitor could have gone bad. But so it was just a bad connection right up here. So let me see if I can get a better shot. So one of those had a bad connection. Let's just make sure.
What?
Flip it on again. Just a fan. Now it's working. Cool. But right now it all works. So I put it all back together. Thank goodness. You don't want to start replacing motors and starting caps and things like that. You can start running into some money. Good thing I was able to hunt it down and figure it out. So it always pays to be a little bit handy and just take your time and go through things step by step to make sure, because problems are going to arise. That is the nature of the beast. You drive these things down the road, it's like a major earthquake going on in here. Things kind of shake all over the place, and so things will fail. And the air conditioning unit, I was not expecting that to be a problem, but what a relief that I was able to resolve the issue. So that's it for today. Until next time, happy camping. See ya. Thomas says thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Until next time, happy camping.